Who's hosting this?
You
know
are.
what? This is wild. That I definitely was not. Yo, I'll start it off. All right, let's kick it off. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is a mess. This is a mess.
Wait, is Chris really not hosting?
No, hosting. Rich was hosting. He picked the topic.
I didn't pick the top. No, sir. No, see, and this is why you need to be in the group chat and pay attention.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Three Brothers minus Lawrence and a shot of milk. We're talking TV, movie, video games, comic books, anime, and so much more. We've no idea who's hosting today, so we're all going to take turns at it. But before we get into any of that, gentlemen, what have you been up to? What have you been watching? What have you been reading? Oh, and also officially, that's Chris, that's Rich, I'm Jack, and we're down one brother.
Yeah. All that.
All right, I'll start it off. So this really anything new? I jumped into some oldies but goodies. I rewatched Independence Day.
The sequel
and
the fantastic sequel, no Will Smith or the original?
The original, Will Smith.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. It didn't hold up as well this time as it's held up every other time before.
Why?
Yeah,
I don't know. Could have been setting. I rewatched Armageddon, and to quote the young kids, that movie still slaps. I mean,
does it?
Armageddon, man! It was from start to finish. That movie was enjoyable. That movie was fun. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Go watch Armageddon. Bruce Willis is great. The casting is great. It's not a fantastic, a sophisticated film by any means, but it
delivers what it promises.
Yo, it's fun. It's definitely fun.
I think it doesn't because Armageddon doesn't happen. But
they're on the brink of Armageddon.
That's true.
Yeah. And then and I watched the original Predator. I watched the original Predator, and that movie definitely still holds up.
Ugly son of a...
You're one ugly mother skunker. Yo, that movie's got so many good lines. Like there's the one dude who goes, he's sitting there, he got shot from something, right? And the guy's like, "Hey man, are you okay? You're bleeding." And he's like, "I don't have time to bleed."
Wait, that's where we get the iconic like black and white.
Yes, the most bro man handshake of all time. Dylan, you mother.
The most oiled up flexiest dap of history. That brought people together.
I love it.
Yo, yes, and for an 80s film, the two black guys do not die first.
True.
But they do die around the same time.
two for one brothers.
I think they're like fifth and sixth to go.
Listen, I mean, they're gonna go.
Yo, that movie is.
They're gonna go. They're gonna go together. Like we ain't gonna be out here suffering, all right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't understand why Dylan jumped back in the mix at all the way he does. Like he had something to prove, but he knew he was going to his. I didn't get that one. In hindsight, so Dylan is Carl Weathers, right?
Rest in peace.
Yeah. And for some reason, he gets outs for kind of like setting them all up on this bogus mission, and half the crew's dead at that point, and then the one guy kind of goes rogue because he's got something to prove, and Carl goes after him.
And the Predator 2 was Danny Glover, right?
Yes.
Yep. Predator 2 is Danny Glover. Yeah, I haven't watched the mean that streets one of again. LA. As a kid, I don't remember it holding up, except for the ending being really cool. Like they go on the ship and he gives them the gun and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
like they set up the idea really well in that one that Predator's been doing this for quite some time.
But all right, what else have you been doing? What else has been going on with you?
That's it, man. That's my week. How about you guys?
You, Chris?
Oh, so I went to the comic book store last night with Sebastian. I picked up I got some pickups. I got King in Black because
because you want to see just how bad they're doing
like it. Venom: The Last Dance.
That's a whole lie. I didn't even read it. And I can tell you that's a lie.
And then I got Venomverse Reborn.
Okay.
Wow, you gotta. Yeah, I'm seeing the
Venom
trend here
War,
already.
Deadpool.
Okay.
Actually,
All right.
Sebastian's.
Uh-huh.
This was Sebastian's too. Strange Academy, Miles Morales.
Yo, sick. What's he doing in the Strange Academy?
No idea, but Sebastian likes the Miles Morales comics, so capped them. I got this one Batman vs. Batman. I don't know what it's about, but there's someone else posing as Batman.
Okay.
So we'll see what that's about. Originally I thought it was like Batman Beyond because of the way the font was, but I don't know. I got the next installment, Long Halloween.
Okay.
Nice.
And I got for Jack, Absolute Superman.
Yo.
So, yeah. DC all in. So I guess they're it's Reborn,
is that right?
All in, whatever they want to call it. Dawn of DC. It's like they're doing like multiple reboots in one shot.
They have a 4-episode special right off the top where they have the All In, then they have Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. So if you're looking to put the collection together, those are the 4 to get. The Absolute Batman's already reselling for pretty high amounts.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, all right.
We know what yours is going to look like.
Everything is bagged and bored. Don't worry.
It's a whole new Chris this year. I see it.
Everything was always bagged and bored. But, sometimes I like picking my stuff. Third nickel deep, baby. Rich, what about you?
Man, I'm chilling. Nothing. I mean, I've been working, relaxing. Actually, you know what just happened not too long ago, like maybe 30 minutes ago.
What?
My downstairs neighbors, I come to find out how crazy they really are. My downstairs neighbors came running up. First of all, there was a knock, right? My roommate went to go look at the door. I thought someone was there, but I'm like, no, I think someone was slamming the door downstairs. Or either banging on the wall, one of the two. I don't know. But then there was another knock as I was making myself a sandwich. And I go to open the door, and there goes my neighbor. She's all in a huff and a puff. I'm thinking, oh no, someone has some emergencies that we need to jump to. Right. So, oh, my daughter, she's acting all nuts and crazy and all this banging around and sounds like a large sized man. And she looks at me when she says that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Wait, what?
Sounds like a large sized man is stomping around. I'm like, well, I am putting my groceries away, and I did go to my room to change my clothes, and she throws out this whole story which made no sense. I'm just like, listen, I'm not going to tiptoe around on here, but I'm not going to stomp around. I'm not stomping around like I'm running a marathon or something like that, right? I'm going to walk around. Sorry that I ain't learned how to levitate, but if you can't handle people being over your head, maybe you should have thought to live somewhere else. Just saying.
Or is cocaine a hell of a drug?
Yo, man, that's
the
New York way.
Bro, and as we're having this argument, the daughter's downstairs leaving, and she's yelling something, and she slams the door and just stomps out and peels off in her car. I'm like, what is going on, bro?
Oh, you got a handle. You got some crazy on your hands.
Bro, when I tell you nuts. But anyway, other than that, my week's been all right. Haven't been really doing too much besides the gaming. Did a little bit of streaming on Friday and Saturday. Saturday too, y'all. Y'all should have checked that out. I got the PlayStation back up and running.
Nice.
Because I was like, let me get into The Last of Us too. Because I wasn't playing it because someone was telling me not to because I have to play the first one. We're not going to mention his name.
Yeah, Lawrence.
But so I started. I didn't play that because I had to update everything. First of all, I had to update the PlayStation because I haven't touched that thing since 2001.
Damn.
So I had to update the PlayStation. I had to update every game on there, which was like three or four games.
I'm sorry,
2021. Excuse me. I apologize. I misspoke.
3 years is better than 23 years.
Yeah. But I was just like, I started playing. What was it? Days Gone, and again, totally lost. I don't know where I was at in that, but I picked it up, and I'm picking up bandages for this guy. And killing freaks because they're not zombies; they're like mutated things.
Well, freaks deserve to be killed in video games.
First of all, I don't know what type of freaks you're talking about. Okay, we accept all freaks. Right? Listen, etc. Xbox is better, and if you were watching on Friday,
Is
and
that
Saturday,
etc. back in the mix?
he's back in the mix. Like I was talking to etc. In the chat for the Facebook chat, and he's busy. He's a working man out
I
here.
was worried about you. You know what? We after not last week, the week before, I sent the message to him like, "Where you been, man? We miss you. Make sure you're all right."
Look, he's a working man. He provided for his family. Understandable. You got to take a break and focus on what's important.
I can't be mad at that.
Chris, I'm obsessed with the Superman Batman on the back of your shelf back
Oh,
there. Which versions? Is
I don't know. I got these in Toys R Us back in the day. So they're like I don't know. They're bigger than 12 inches, like 14-inch, but they're actually fully articulated. So the joints move on the elbows and arms.
Oh,
The knees bend. It's pretty good, and it comes off the base. It's been out here so long, but it comes off the base, so it's pretty cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Yo, Rich, I got a New York story.
Let's go.
So it's so the lady lived below me. Her and her husband, I think they might have been like they would blast their TV so loud. Do you say what?
Yeah.
And they had a second TV that was in their bedroom,
Okay.
which was above my bedroom, which was below my bedroom. So when I'm trying to sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, their TV just be blasting and they like fall asleep to this thing. And I'm not getting any good sleep. So one day it was so bad, I go down there and I'm like obnoxiously nice about it. I'm like tapping on the door, no answer. So I'm like tapping a little louder. I end up leaving a note, right? Like I get no response. This goes on and goes on and goes on until, and I'm talking like weeks this goes on. So it gets to the point where I'm like knocking on their door during normal hours to tell them, hey, your TV is so loud. And they were so rude about it that the way I retaliated is I tethered 15-pound dumbbells to the bottom of my shoes and took to tap dancing.
I love the
And it made things worse. It actually made things worse. But I felt better. I felt better, but it made things worse. What's the moral of the story? 2 wrongs don't make a right. Whoa, look at that Batman. Now he's got a patch.
Look how pouchy that belt is, Lawrence.
Super pouchy.
My God.
So pouchy.
Like, where's he keep his hips?
Well, Jack, I'm not going to do your route. I'm just going to continue to live my life and let the crazies be crazy, okay?
Yeah, well, there's got to be a balance to be found. It's tough when you share a living kind of
Yeah.
You know?
And the other day, or maybe like a couple weeks ago, they had the police out there for something. They looked like they were distraught. I'm like, should I be going into my house right now? What's happening? Like the police were there. They look like, the door was left open. I'm like, what happened?
Well, Rich, we look forward to watching you on your Netflix special coming soon.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what's that. When I tell you, she literally came up, knocking on the door, and she was clutching her rosaries like something happened. I was like, oh no, it's go time.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was nuts. Okay, but what are we doing next?
Should we hit
Robot
Let me just hit the chat real quick. Connie Alaska says, I've got my next rewatch now.
Okay.
Nice.
Great shows, Jack. Pop Johnson says, what up? Checking in.
Appreciate it.
Etc. says, Xbox is better.
Xbox is. Come on.
Ugh.
And he says, did you ever find him
You might be right.
Beyond? No, I did not. I found Batwoman yesterday, but
if it's not coming with a kitchen set, then
exactly.
I didn't say that.
Who's she gonna cook for if I don't have Batman Beyond?
Well,
Alaska says that's kind of scary. Rich, stay safe.
Nice while it lasted.
That's right.
All right. So go to the robot overlords.
Sure.
Alexa, tell me a video game joke.
Did you hear about the kid who lost his Nintendo Switch?
No.
He was inconsolable.
Ah!
Okay. All right. All right.
And now that that's out of the way, I think we skip all the lights and head on down to the Collector's Corner.
Here at the Collector's
Show
Corner.
and tell time.
There we go. Here at the Collector's Corner, we show something from our childhood, from our shelves, or Rich's case, something that he bought just for the show. Fellas, what do you got?
Well, clearly you haven't been here enough because I haven't been buying anything. All right.
I know. I'm not going to call you out, though.
Right, he's not going to call you out, though. All right, so I guess that means I'll go first.
There you go, Jackie boy. Hold on. Let me make you big.
All right, so I'm showing off one of my card collections. I put this one together this year. Took a little bit of doing. I'd say my two favorite comic book cards this year were Topps Marvel Chrome and Skybox Marvel Metal.
Are they all
So I managed to put
let me see.
So I managed to put together my Chrome collection. They come with these big page box toppers, which are pretty cool.
That is cool.
Right.
All right.
And then it's a pretty beefy set. There's let me get this out a little bit. There's like 150 cards to the base set, and all the art in these things are great. If you're like,
they look
90s, you like these. Everything is Chrome in this.
Do they have holograms?
That's the name. Not really holograms, no, but they have a lot of exclusive stuff. So I'll show you some of the cool ones I got when I was putting my run together. So the number one card is this cool Spider-Man card that everyone's kind of gunning for.
Yeah.
And the art in these things are just sick. But what's making this collection really collectible is they have all these. See the number down there? That's 49 of 99.
Yeah.
So there's only 100. There's only 100 of these total ever, and this is number 49 of the 100 that were made with the green border.
Oh shoot!
Just kind of cool. And then and then they had they have all these comic artists and writer signatures. So you can get a one of one Frank Miller signature, and it's like the only one.
Okay. Has it been found
in
yet?
the deck? I think it has been found yet. I think someone's trying to sell it for like $1 million on eBay. I know. So I got this Psylocke. She's 50 of. See if you can see the number. 50 of. She's 46 of 50. So that's the gold border. So there's a lot of cool stuff. This one's a 1 of 50 with the purple border. And then there's a lot of just kind of cool exclusives, which I thought were dope.
That's a cool idea. I like that.
Ridiculously elite things, but the 1 of 50s are pretty good to get.
All right.
And then the other series that I really like this year are the Marvel metal cards, which I think the art in these are just sick. And again, they got that highly reflective metallic thing. What's cool about going back to the Topps Chrome, though, it's a totally new technology they're using to make these cards.
Okay.
So it's like kind of unprecedented what they're doing. And there's only they only did a limited release. Yeah, I think it's like a European release, so getting them is a little complicated too. And here, I'll pull one out of the thing. Can't really see, but they're like, you can't use a standard top loader in these because they're a little thicker.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, they're they're slightly wider, and it's not metal, but there's definitely a whole metallic element to this thing that keeps these cards coming out super crisp. Like every one of them,
so you just gotta
fresh out of the box.
Just relax that thing and just work the card in, huh?
Well, I got slightly bigger top loaders for them, but yeah, you could spit on it. I'm sure to have no problem.
The That's dope, Chad. I love bringing.
What are you
I love
talking
when it
about?
comes down to
What
our
are you talking
level.
Right. And so, like the Spider-Man art, this is the Marvel. These are the
Oh, shit,
Marvel
that might
metal
be fire.
cards.
Yeah.
Black Panther's just sick, and then they have some cool exclusive ones too.
Yeah, look at that Wolverine.
These are my favorite ones for art this year. I
That's your
think
guy
the Marvel
Thor, too,
metal
your
just
big
has
Thor
just sick art. Yeah, it's my pop's favorite.
Nice.
Nice,
Daredevil
nice. All
and
right.
some Hulk stuff. So yeah, the Marvel metal. If you're looking for like cool card collections, I would check out the Marvel metal. And if you got the coin, go for the chrome, because who knows what you find. Also, if you're looking for like collecting something long term, I would say pick up a box and just sit on it, because that thing's already almost tripled in price since it dropped this year.
Yes. I might buy 2 boxes, open one, and keep the other.
Yeah, or you do
Was that
that.
Marvel Metals, you said?
Marvel metal, I think, has the cooler art, and Marvel Chrome is definitely the one that's that box is gonna be $1,000
Yeah?
in a year. I'm sure next
Marvel
year.
Chrome.
Next year, I think you'll be spent, because you're already, if you're trying to pick up a box now, at near the end of this year, it's almost
No, I
500,
never mind.
$600
No,
Yeah, no.
I'm good.
to get.
All right. Let me stop writing all that then. Okay.
Well, it was, I think it was about 200
Really?
when it first dropped. So it's already, yeah, like I said, it's already doubled and
Yeah,
tripled in some
Walmart.
cases.
Wow.
So I think in another year,
2024 Upper
it's
Deck
just going to keep
Marvel
going.
Skybox Metal Universe Hobby Box, $600.
Wow.
Yeah, but look at Topps Chrome, Marvel Chrome. Those are the ones that are just, they got some real exclusive stuff in it. And so the way you can kind of gauge whether you want to jump into something is look at what their like top 10 chase cards are, and that's what's going to kind of retain the value of a sealed box, the potential of finding one of those chase cards.
Okay.
You know, you're one of one,
That's
you're
fire.
one of fives.
Yo, what
stuff
is
like
that? It's 2024, a 12 box case. Oh, it's a case. It's going for
case.
6,799.
Yeah, case has like 10
10 of
boxes.
the 10 of
10,
the
12
like
boxes.
the display boxes, right? Okay.
Oh, we got one going for 800.
800. That's my point. So these boxes are gonna just keep getting more and more expensive.
Oof, man.
I haven't been in cards for a minute now. I'm starting to question the choices I've made in my life.
Yeah, all of us.
All
right, who's next? You guys are deep diving cards. You go down the rabbit hole, you never come back.
I'll go. I don't have nothing, but we're gonna pull that Loot Crate Q-Fig. Oh, you can't see him. Never mind. All right. Let me grab him.
Are you a Loot Crate subscriber?
Talk so you can hit me in the mic. I got this at one of the Comic Cons. Bought one at one of the Comic Cons.
Oh, nice.
It was a whole Deadpool set, and actually, it was more than Deadpool. I think I opened it up like early on.
Yeah. When we first saw the show,
it had I think it had a Hulkbuster in it. If I'm not mistaken, but yeah, also it came with a Deadpool. Never opened him. He stayed on my shelf all this time, and he's like getting blasted. Pause. But you see the fire, the explosion down at the bottom there, the fire right there, and he's kind of doing one of these little yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't think this thing. Oh, actually, there goes. That's what it looks like right there. I don't think this thing's going to cost anything, so I'll probably take it out the box one day. It'd be cool if it lights up. It should light up. But yeah, actually, I got this. Who got it? Someone got it for me. I'm gonna leave it at that. Someone got it for me. We're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna leave it right there. Someone got it for me, and I appreciated it. And here we are, still sitting on the shelf, going strong.
That's pretty good.
Stronger than my relationship. Chris, what you got?
That transition. Let me make myself big. Let me ask you a question. When you're in a pizza place, you drink out of these plastic red cups. Doesn't everything just taste better?
Yo, where'd you get that from?
Yeah,
Dr. Pepper Museum in Waco, Texas.
No
that gives me
way.
just every.
Does it come with the admission?
No, you gotta buy them. I bought it in the thing, but I saw it and I was like, everything tastes better in plastic red cups.
Yeah.
I see you went with
I
the
did go
small
with the small
cup.
cup. I did. Yeah.
Pizza Hut. Every time I see those, I think of Pizza Hut.
Yep. And pizza, the root beer hits different when it's in that cup. So I got this Viv got this Batman figure from McFarlane. This figure is kind of weird because is this figure supposed to be Hardak? Do you guys remember the story arc in the early season of Batman where they made the copies and they made the Batman copy because his eyes are lit up red and then he has another head that's connected to like a cable, if you can see.
Why does he look like a Pixar character? What is that?
Because it's cell shaded. I didn't buy a lot of the early stuff because I thought the shading was really weird.
It looks like Gru.
Yeah, but I think this is supposed to be Hardak.
Well, you know it's going to be something just off of center if it's a McFarlane figure.
And then the other hands, like his hands are. Chris, you and Lawrence, you can Spin Master Batman Returns figure. I have the Batman Returns. I don't know if you can see it from here, but I have the Batman Returns figure, the Spin Master one. I'm big into the Spin Master toys, etc. I have the Batwing upstairs. It's actually I don't have the Batman Returns Batwing. I have the Flash Batwing, and then I will call Sebastian to get it, and I will show it later in the show. That is the robot Batman. Yeah, it's a Hardak Batman, but it's weird that it's just labeled just Batman and with no reference or anything. But it does have lockup, which was a cool guy from Batman the animated series. He came in the later. He actually was a Batman the animated series. He was featured in, the secondary one. Which one was the one? The one that was on WB. Yeah.
You got part of Hardak. You got to get the rest of them.
Yeah, well, they do have an actual Hardak figure where they show like battle damage, where you see he's a robot, which is cool.
You got the part of Lockup, whatever the other guy's names. You got to build the rest of them. Where's the rest of them?
Yeah, so I got to buy Gordon, Joker, and Riddler, which is not too bad because none of those guys are really terrible. It's not like they have I got to buy Condiment King or something stupid like that. So yeah,
Condiment King.
Yeah, but I don't really want an action figure Condiment King.
Yeah. Good shows, guys. So I think it's time for some news.
It's time for the news.
Jaw-breaking news.
And that was the news.
We have to go round robin on this joint because
wait, where's your Spock? I don't know. Who's that?
Where's your Spock? Where is your Spock, Rich?
Spock?
I don't have a Spock.
You don't got a Spock? You not got a Spock.
Excuse me. Well, D3 Brazil is happening. Did y'all know about that?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. D23 Brazil.
Sorry, D23 Brazil.
Yeah,
it's happening, and they're being shown things that I don't think did we get an Avatar Ash and Fire concept arts?
No, we are getting some new stuff from that.
Well, they got it, and it's looking pretty good. So far, let me just get a little screen for you. So they're gonna get a little bit bad boy right here.
That's kind of cool.
Then you got some. Looks like a blimp of some sort. It looks like a jellyfish, like a Man of War. You know how they like to use their whole environment.
Yep.
And that's really it. So we got a little bit of that. They're getting a few things over there that we didn't get for ours, which I don't know how I feel about. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like we should have gotten
it. I got something.
Well, you gotta have a reason for it because everything's so. There's a whole online thing too, other than just being present, right? So if they're not dropping new content, why is anyone checking into the online stuff, which probably where they're making revenue off of ads and stuff and foot traffic. So they got to show new stuff.
What do you got, Chris?
You know, and Nicolas Cage was supposed to have a cameo in Deadpool as Ghost Rider.
I was just looking at that. Yes, I did
Yeah,
not
and
know
then
that.
they did it. It was supposed to be Nick Cage and Ben Affleck as Daredevil, but they said that it was the biggest budget for a Deadpool movie that they've had,
Mm.
and they had to start shrinking people down. They started talks with Nick Cage, and I don't think they could get the money together. But they said something may. This is coming from Dan Levy, who is the director. He said something may be coming up on the Blu-ray. The game released November 12th. And maybe he's trying to sell Blu-rays. We'll see.
Maybe.
He's saying that Nick Cage is gonna show up as Ghost Rider.
He was supposed to. He was supposed to, but then he ends the conversation saying that there might be something on the Blu-ray. So check out the Blu-ray.
When does Nick Cage turn down a project?
I don't think he turned it down. I just don't think they had the money for it.
All right.
Listen, I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but
okay.
Marvel Studios is now obsessed with Channing Tatum's Gambit.
He'll make a name for himself.
He clearly he has made his name for himself because they were just like, "Yo, we kind of want this, not like we kind of want it."
I don't see that sustaining a feature.
It was supposed,
not a feature. I mean, it was. I know, and there's reason it didn't happen.
I mean, maybe what if they don't take it too seriously? What if they make it? They don't do it as Deadpool where he brings a fourth wall.
That's the only way they expand on that version of Gambit. And no shade to Channing Tatum or that take on it, but you're gonna do a feature. I don't want to watch that version of him. I want to see the kind of like rugged.
You want to see the X-Men '97 Gambit.
Yes, I want to see that heroic, suave ladies' man with some texture and some grit.
Thank you very much.
Wow,
this is we're big into the Spin Master toys in this house. Sebastian had to go up to get this one. I know Pop Johnson want me to take you upstairs, but I'm feeling lazy today.
I don't think you want to go upstairs.
But yeah, this is from the Flash, so it's pretty cool. So it's great for it's 3 3.25 inch scale, so it's good for GI Joes too.
And it's durable.
No,
it's durable.
Yeah. So not to be negative, but I'm not saying I want less content. I'm just saying I want better content that they're providing.
Well, speaking of better content, with the success of the Penguin, we might get a Joker series on Max.
Are we actually going to get a Joker series?
Rumor has a report. A new series with Barry Keoghan is in the works. So, Penguin is a resounding success, and we actually may get a season 2 of Penguin under one condition, and they're reportedly planning talks to have a Joker series.
Wow. Well, I wonder if it'll actually end up being the Joker by the end of the series.
And there'll be no singing.
A good thing I watched that.
I think this is so Deadpool's got a comic running. I think this is his teenage daughter.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is Deadpool number 8 dropped this week.
Oh, there's only 8 episodes of the Penguin, so we're done, right?
We're done tonight.
Yeah,
we're done tonight. Okay, right, 7 tonight. All right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to digress. Sorry.
Penguin's
take this
somewhere. And we got a Spider-Man comic book coming out this week, and it looks like it's the Thing in Spidey's costume. Don't know what that's about.
Interesting. How's he shooting the web?
Of course, I would love to see the Thing swinging around on.
Right?
Listen, what you do in your private life.
Keep in mind, Spider-Man's web slingers are mechanical devices.
Right.
So really anyone could put them on.
That's true. I was thinking of, what's his name, Spider-Man. It's organic webs.
Oh, from Spider-Man 1, Tobey
Toby,
Maguire.
Toby
yeah,
Maguire.
Toby.
Yeah.
Toby. And speaking of Spider-Man, you getting Miles team up. Sick.
I love those
That's
point of views
spectacular.
when they're shooting the web and like their leg is up and they're like swinging through the air. I think that's like so quintessential Spider-Man. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, they call it crotch
That's
shot.
probably why I like it.
Crotch shot. He likes a
Chris
crotch
likes
shot.
that crotch shot.
Chris like crotch
Spider-Man.
shots. Jack wants to see another thing swinging around. It's just an interesting episode.
A lot going on. A lot to unpack.
Yo, check out this Gambit in the latest X-Men comic.
Yeah.
That's the Gambit you need in your life, Jack.
Yeah, I don't know why he's covered in cats though.
Because he, actually, one of Gambit's powers is that he's super charming. I think is one of his powers that he actually can persuade people easily.
That is news to
You
me.
know what else is news? Chris is gonna love this, or maybe he might hate it. They're saying that Kraven the Hunter is better than Venom 3, says an insider. I don't know how much you're gonna take with that because Venom 3 was not that good. Oh man.
Wow.
It's saying it's better than The Last Dance. You can't give away why, but the runtime is almost 2 hours.
There wasn't a dry eye in the theater during Last Dance. What are you talking about?
I mean, maybe your theater. My theater was silent.
People clap.
No, you're right. That's a whole lot. Let's see. Any other news? Any other news, gentlemen? Any other news?
Joker 2 is officially a flop. So far, it's made 200.
No.
Yeah, $204 million.
It made $200 bucks.
$200 a $200 million budget. The first Joker movie grossed $1 billion, and then this one.
So then that still makes up for it. It's still breaking. They're still making profit.
But the first one. I'm trying to put this into perspective. The first Joker movie grossed $1 billion. Didn't what's his name win an award for it? And he went out like outstanding actor, like the most prestigious acting award you can get.
No, I think he was nominated. I don't think he won. He didn't win, did he? No, I don't think so.
Well, anyway, you have a comic movie that's in that realm, and this one barely keeping the lights on. So,
yeah, and keep in mind the same studio that chose to release that movie chose to destroy the cut of and all footage related to Coyote Sue's acne company.
Ugh, I know, it's so stupid. They destroyed the footage, so there's no way we're seeing that movie.
No one's ever seen the movie. They destroyed it. I know that movie had to have been funny. The whole take on it is funny. Wile E. Coyote decides to sue Acne for all the products he's bought that never worked. It's already funny.
He did win the Academy Award in 2020 for Joker. For Best Actor.
He won Best Actor? Joaquin won Best Actor for Joker. And as it turned out, wasn't even the Joker.
Wasn't even a Joker.
What a freaking...
All right. Well, listen, I know this one, Jack and Lawrence, if he was here, hopefully he's listening. Are you listening? Hold your breath. Listen, Smallville is getting a revival, but it's going to be animated. We're getting an animated Smallville.
Isn't that what bonded you and Lawrence, Jack?
Yeah. I mean, we were on a train headed into the city from Purchase, from White Plains, from the college Purchase, and we're sitting across from each other, and one thing led to another, and it was a Superman conversation, and we've been having the same conversation for the last 20-something years.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Yep. And did that stick?
Yep. But what?
My question is: we think they're going to put him in the costume?
But I know that Welling's coming back. Rosenbaum and Erica Durant.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty sure I said that right. So they're coming back to voice their respective characters, and they're bringing back a villain who I'm not looking for because I'm probably not going to watch this.
What? It's a cartoon.
I didn't watch the other one. I didn't find the other one appealing. The other,
Cartoon?
yes. Listen, I don't watch all cartoons, Jack. All right, I got taste. I got standards. I got decorum.
Very demure.
What's the
I don't know.
animation style? I mean, if they put it in another language, you'd probably
No,
watch
I didn't
it.
watch that. What was that? The Suicide Squad. I didn't watch that yet. I'm like off. Yeah, the
Oh, the
Suicide
Suicide
Squad?
On,
It's not out yet, is it?
no, the Suicide Squad on that came out on Max. It was the whole isekai thing that they did.
Oh, the anime one?
Yeah, yes, the animated one. Yes.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was expecting you. No,
The
not
Joker
well,
one?
The Joker
The
one
Harley
is,
Quinn
is
Joker
the
one?
Joker is in it, and Harley Quinn because it's Suicide Squad. Yes.
At the beginning,
Oh,
that
well,
thing
see,
is
here we go.
unwatchable. He's like playing the piano to drive the car. I'm like, the mechanics of that are
There we
incredibly
go.
confusing. He's literally, if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, the Joker is literally playing like a Chopin, and the tunes are turning and steering and driving and shooting bullets out
Like
of the
real
car.
life, Jack.
You know.
Right. That's what I was thinking. It's like the best mashup. Hey, look, Jeffrey Miller's in the house.
The comments are filling up. Etc. says, "Where is Lawrence? He's eating fried chicken and watermelon."
Wow. Okay.
Hey.
Chris, you Larson gets Spin Master Batman Returns. We'll talk about that. Let's show you my Batwing. Chris, you are correct. That is Robot Batman. Yeah, I thought so. C23 says, yes, Deadpool's nice. Rich, where's your Spock?
Right, we got that. You're going backwards. You're going the wrong way.
Come on,
down.
Chris, take us up the stairs again. Nope.
That's where he keeps his baby oil.
Yeah. You know, Costco had to come out and say we don't sell baby oil because he said they bought it at Costco. That was the excuse, is that they bought bulk at Costco, and Costco was like, yeah, we don't sell that.
Yeah, okay.
You're into old Star Trek and you don't have S-Rich? You don't have Spock?
I haven't had.
Spock?
As an adult, I haven't collected any Star Trek. All right. All the Star Trek that I've had is as a kid is at my parents, and I believe it's still at my parents because they moved recently.
Oh,
And yeah, I'm hoping that the stuff is still there, but we'll see when I go down there next month.
Fingers crossed. It was announced that they're making McFarlane superpowers figures based on the new Superman movie. There's a lot of mixed feelings where there's some feel that takes away from the nostalgia.
Well, they just dropped a new Superman figure with Christopher Reeve's face, but he's got the same kind of shadowing that your Batman figure's got.
The shadowing,
He's like,
it doesn't translate that well. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather not have the shadowing. Just let the light.
It's cool when it's just a black and white figure.
Yeah,
because then it's like comic book.
Hey, C23 saw your show on Saturday, Rich. You got eaten out
A lot. We got eaten a lot. Yes, I was doing too much talking and moving around. Yes.
Gotti says, talking about Gambit, he adopted 3 cats. Look at Gambit. Adopt, don't shop. And she says it's super cute. Pop Johnson says he's a cat man. Yeah, he is. And then Gotti says, well, it's Remy and Rogue jointly that adopted Gambit's cats. Adorable. Kia, 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 says Jeffrey Miller. Nice story. And then C23 says, what up, Jeffrey? And Jeffrey says, hello.
Wow. Chris reads comments. And that was the news? Question mark?
Hold on, let me check. One more thing. Talks amongst yourselves. No, sure. Yeah, that was the news.
And that was the news. Next week, we promise to have better news as we'll get on
something
pages
big
who's actually
happen this
hosting.
past week? I don't remember. I think something happened that took up all the news time.
And that was definitely
Tony
the way this
Todd
news
passed
is gonna
away.
go.
Rest in peace.
Didn't something happen this week?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones too.
Quincy Jones too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, you know you're getting old when people start dying.
I know.
All right. Where we at?
Oh, hey, I got a crazy bit of
Change it
news.
back
This is kind of like non-related, maybe related. It's weird. It's weird, like sci-fi
Okay.
actual news. So scientists have created a new form of AI using actual human tissue from like
Is this
brain
the thing you sent
cells.
me?
Damn, Jack.
I think so. Yeah.
Did I send you this?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so
talking
listen to
about
this. So they've actually created a new form of AI using human brain cell tissues, and they took this, and they've like made a few versions of it, and they took one of the AI. I'll call it. You almost call it a cyborg. They actually made a cyborg too because they put the
Yeah.
AI in a robot, so it's human tissue
Yes.
and robotics. So we
Yes.
have our first cyborg
This is
actually
wild,
exist on the
exciting
planet now.
stuff. Let's go. Keep going.
Wait, this is insane. So they took one of the AIs and they put it in a computer generated program and they let it play
Mhm.
Pong. They didn't tell it what was up. They didn't give it any prompting. But after about 15 goes, the thing became
Oh shit.
proficient. So to put that in perspective, when the first time they put a computer generated AI, it took about 15,000 goes before it mastered Pong. This took
So
15 goes. Although the difference, in all
Chris is
fairness,
stressing out right now.
the AI program,
Jack.
yeah, the AI program did
So
it in like a blink
best
of an eye
case
because it was
scenario,
able to
best case scenario. Best case scenario, we have RoboCop. Worst case
Okay.
scenario,
Yes,
we've
well,
doomed mankind.
Yeah.
dude, hang on though. It gets better. It gets better. They took another one of these you know, humanoid AI things they made and they put it in a different simulator, and this one they put it as a butterfly.
Yeah.
Again, they offered it no prompting, what to do, gave it no information. They just put it in the avatar of a butterfly, the consciousness that they had created. And did not take long before the butterfly started flying around its virtual environment and going about its business, acting like a butterfly. Now, here's where things get a little insane, though.
this
When you consider that,
This is where it gets.
wait, but consider this for a second. This butterfly right now today is flying around in that computer generated program thinking it's a butterfly.
Yeah. Yes.
That's happening right now. There is a sentient being with by using human brain cells to create AI that is in a simulation that thinks it's a damn butterfly right now. That's today. What is 10 years from now?
We know today.
10 years from now,
That's
we're
what
in the simulation.
That's what they
What makes you think we're not already in the simulation creating things?
I'm creating this horrible life for myself.
Dude,
Nah,
this
we
is
can't be in the
insane.
simulation. It's just thinking about that. There's no way. There's no way.
That butterfly don't know the
True.
difference. The butterfly don't know the difference.
What happens when it stops being a butterfly? What happens when we tell it to be a person, and that thing realizes that it's an AI, and then it just branches out through?
Well, but watch this, Chris. Right now, they took that human brain cell AI and they put it in a small little dog, crab, spider looking robot, and that thing is walking around the office, making its own choices, doing what it wants to
Just
do,
plotting.
behaving how it wants to behave.
Plotting.
So there is a cyborg thing walking around the scientist's office, just living its life, not knowing the difference.
They're just walking around like, oh, look at little cute
nuts,
Krabby.
dude.
And Krabby's just like, you will die first, Susan. And just goes on about his business.
Dude, but listen, it's like Commissioner Gordon says in the Batman movie. It's escalation. You start doing this, they start doing that, and so we're looking at we're
the ones who blocked out the sun because they were solar powered.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Pop Johnson wants to know where I'm getting my news from. You can Google this. I'm not making this up. This is real. Yeah, this is real. So science is insane, and we are making all kinds of weird advancements. And the way technology and the way everything is gonna quickly start molding together is just nuts. It's gonna be
Let me
fun
show you-
time.
Let
Fun
me show you
time.
guys something to try to calm my nerves real quick. Hold on. This is the latest pickup from our boy ETC Ernest. Hollywood Hogan with the black,
Oh,
with the
all
black
right.
beard and the
Yeah.
bleach blonde goatee. And he has the bow and everything. Very cool. You know who would appreciate this? Lawrence would really appreciate this.
What do you know?
Yeah.
Pretty
Very cool.
Pretty
ETC.
good.
Very, very cool.
I like my classic Hogan in the yellow ripped
I
up.
do too. Yes.
I like my Hogan when he doesn't say the N-word.
I think he probably was always
Probably
saying
was.
that. And that was the news. I think it's time for
Sure.
debate. Let's debate it.
Let's get ready to rumble.
So I came up with this question, so I'll announce it. So we're reviewing Arcane season 2, and I'm thinking, hey, if we were to have a three brothers and a shot of milk fight to the death, three of us are in a ring, three men enter, one man leaves, and you can pick a mod from the show to make sure that you're the one who leaves. What would you guys pick and why? And to be fair, Arcane Jesus is off the table, so you know no healing the lepers.
Did you know that Ella Purnell
Right.
plays Jinx? She also plays the
Fallout,
chick
right?
from
The big guy chick
from Fallout. Yeah. Didn't know that.
Oh.
Didn't know that.
Just thought I'd let you know. All right.
The voice acting in this series is
Yeah.
great. So the question is, let me recap the question. What character or character base would we use to walk into a battle royale based
Right,
off
it's
of
you.
the Arcane
We're
series?
walking in, a la Star Trek, a la G.I. Joe. One man,
Uh-huh.
3 men enter, one man leaves. What mods are you taking?
Great. All right. So I'm going tank version, and give me some maybe the gauntlets. Definitely give me like a power suit with the tech, that what's it called? The heliotech or whatever it's called.
Hex Tech.
Hex tech. Yeah, give me the hex tech. Pit me out. And I'll also take some of that that they're taking, like that juice. So give me a blend of the juice
Got
and the tech.
The Void Cream.
Yeah, juice me up.
Okay. I feel like that's a lot. All right. I would go more cybernetics with it, right? You know, prosthesis and all that. And then give me that Hex Tech spear that what's her name? I don't know if it's a bodyguard.
Oh, that went through the
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mom.
That Mbessa's bodyguard or whoever that guy was. Give me some of that. And with the cybernetics, that's Hex Tech powered, plus that spear and my spear handling abilities. Pause. I'm pretty good out here. I think I'm wrecking all shops, all y'all. No one's leaving except for me.
I'm going in mech suited up. Definitely going juiced up. I got that purple juice going right to the brain. So I'll geet up, and then I'm gonna have the gauntlets too. So
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This has got to be a trope at this point, but how is like the juice going straight to the brain always in like the softest tube?
They're just using regular
And like the most exposed spots.
PVC tubing. The tubing's not even inside like a. It's just, well, you have to look cool, and I guarantee if this was live action, those tubes would be lit up. They definitely would have been some kind of light.
Yeah, because you see the juice flying through it.
Yeah.
So you're in like a clear plastic tube. And so, yeah, you might be a giant monster, but the second the tube is pulled out, you're like...
They clearly went to Bane's guy. Like, hey, Bane's.
Yeah, where'd you get your tubing?
And that's both of y'all's weakness. I will see your nice lit up tubes. I'm gonna cut your tubes. There goes half your powers.
Yeah, you might have got us on
That's
that
why I
one.
still have the gauntlets.
Yeah,
Did
but
we do the same
you're
build?
you're in a brain fog because you're coming down off your high. So now you just fumbling around. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, but when the guy with the green guy, the woman with the green guy, her thing cut, she wasn't like.
She got one of them. The other one was still in.
Oh.
And she was all messed up from the one cut.
Yeah, she got it in her
I don't
eye
think
too. Her eye
why,
was all jacked up. She got pink
why
eye.
didn't you just cut the other one out?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's right. So I win. Thank you. I got it.
Man, we made bad choices.
I just want to do fantasy drugs.
I just want to do fantasy drugs. I want to do fantasy drugs to make me strong.
Exactly. I got these cheeseburgers, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chris really's gone down the hill ever since he started that purple juice. Oh man! I guess Rich does win this one because he's right. The second he throws a spear at our tube, Jack, we're dead. All we're be thinking of is, I need my fist, and that's it. We're done.
Exactly. See? Look at you.
But it'll be
I'm
fun.
not ashamed to admit I made a mistake.
It'll be fun. You know what it is? It's my desire to wear a mech suit. It's my desire to wear a mech suit has completely like overridden all of my logic. Because I really want to wear a mech suit.
Mech suits and cybernetic implants are my thing. Once it happens, I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to lose my mind.
Good thing you're looking forward to that because you're gonna need it once we fight all these cyborgs that
go.
Jack scientists are making.
Let's go.
Yo, ETC out of control.
ETC, greatly appreciated.
Oh, $5.
Because you guys are awesome. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, I got something for that. There we go. Chris, you should show the other figures that I sent through the messenger to make the Jack, Rich, and Lawrence jealous.
ETC, you know what? For that, I'm gonna give me 1 second.
Nice.
Yeah, so I went because you guys are horrible at this.
Oh, I like this figure.
Oh, yes.
The Robin.
And he's got the two-tone cape.
The two-tone cape is dope. It makes sense. The Robin. You can tell what era it is by the hairline.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. He got the full set. Oh, he got the Jim Carrey Joker and the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face. You know what? The Jim Carrey Joker is kind of worth getting. That's kind of dope. There's your home.
There it is.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the one.
ETC, send it when you open. Are you gonna open that up? And if you do, send us a picture with him ripping his shirt open.
Rip his shirt open? Does he got like a Velcro shirt opening?
Yeah. So look. Let me go back.
Yeah, look at that. It's got Velcro down the top.
Yeah,
That's nice.
that's cool. That's super cool. Oh, you got
You got a lot of Hulks.
Yeah.
the Hulkamaniac. I can't blame him. I have that one, and I built it freeze.
So I purchased that figure in hopes of adapting it into a Griffith from the Berserk series.
Wait, which one?
Okay. And how did that go?
No, not that guy. This guy.
Yeah, you were gonna cannibalize this figure?
Oh yeah. Because he's already pretty much got the right physique and everything.
Sacrilege, especially the cop piece. That's the Clooney Batman, right?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey Joker. That's actually pretty cool. I should get the Clooney Batman. Here's another one.
How many Hulks do you got?
A lot, but look, this one's Velcro too. That's pretty cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
And that's it. Nice pickup, CT. You spent some money. No wonder you haven't been on. You think you spent mad money.
Corey Pearson in the house got a question about the Hulk figure, I assume.
You know what, Corey? We're not getting political here. And listen, if your feed is too loud with all the political talk, come join me on one of my streams and we get into a quiet place and we get real quiet and try to survive the real dangers of this world, and that's the Death Angels, okay?
And look. As polarized as the country is, it's okay for people to have different opinions. I'm not, It may not be my bag, but look, you're allowed to have different opinions. It's cool.
Sure, yeah, we could all have different opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
And on that note,
Should we get to the main event?
Let's get.
are we there already?
We're
We're
there
there.
already.
We're moving. We are
All
cooking.
right, let's do it. So we're talking about Arcane season 2, episodes 1, 2, 3. So what's happening with this final season? It's the final season of Arcane, and they're dropping, I think, in 3-episode bursts, or two to 3-episode bursts every week until they run out of episodes from here on out.
Right. So this is going to be 3. So 3 acts. So this is Act 1, and they're doing 3 episodes for each act. So we're going to be done in 2 weeks, 2 more weeks.
Unless it's like Shakespeare, who does 5 acts, that'd be better.
Not just 3. Sorry.
3 acts. All right. All right. So, Rich, you want to head this off?
All right. We are well. First of all, you get into the first portion of it, and you get the recap, which explains everything that happened in the earlier first season. Yes,
Yeah.
the earlier season. Now we are left off at the council. I did not prepare. Excuse me. Hold on. I thought I was looking at all the Arcane crap, and I did not even get the the episodes up, and also real life cyborgs.
Real life cyborgs. That's a
Because
Yo,
we
this
gotta
is a-
we gotta be prepared. The cyborgs are coming. Apparently they're already here. They're just not equipped yet.
well, if the definition of cyborg is technology integrated with living organisms, then yeah, we have our first cyborg.
Yeah.
Okay, so the council, at the top of the season 2, the council is taking a vote, and it looks like they're going to vote to ease up and aim for peace. And while they're taking this is also kind of the end of season 1, and while they're taking the vote, Jinx basically blows up the council and takes out the majority of the members. A few are living, the building is exploded, and carnage quickly ensues.
Yeah.
And really what it does is
She pretty much
forces
their hands. That's yes. She forces their hands into making the decision that they were not going to make, which was to just storm. Because the portion of them wanted to storm the underground, the underbelly, and root out the evil that's left there. Because there's a power vacuum now after they took out the main guy whose name I forgot. I'm sorry, but after leaving this power vacuum, they're like, we should strike while the iron's hot, pretty much, and get rid of them. But everyone else is like, no, we need to show peace. We need to lead by example, and so on and so forth. But Jinx forced a hand, fired a rocket, took out most of the council, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like 5 of them left now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Including the head lady, Caitlin's mom.
Yeah,
Right.
Mbessa. And she's all for going in there and cleaning house. She 100% wants it. What's going on, Big Troy?
What up?
So, what's his name? Troy. Well, not Troy. Excuse me. Tony. No, not Tony. Even though he looks like a Tony. Jace. That's the name. Jace. Anyway, Jace picks up his brother, who is critically injured, and he rushes him back to the lab, which has the hex rune, I guess you could say. And he's now fighting with the hex rune. The hex rune fuses with his brother, and then it starts encasing him in this kind of pod embryo thing.
Yeah, it's like a cocoon pod.
Cocoon pod, yes. While Jace is now sitting here trying to, like, pretty much not mourning his brother, but he's stressed because he's worried about his brother and everything like that. But he's also getting busy because they come to the point where, oh, we need to make moves and assemble a team to get down there. Actually, no. I'm jumping ahead. That's like episode
Jumping a
2.
little bit because he decides not to use the technology to make weapons even after the council's blown up.
Right.
They're still ambivalent about that. It's not until there's a kind of mourning procession with they have the whole town is assembled to grieve the fallen council members and talk
That's
about unity and moving forward. And even at this point, they haven't decided to launch a full on uh, invasion of the underground communities. They're still trying to take the high road and meet people halfway. But during this kind of mourning funeral procession, there's another attack, and we pretty confident that it was
an inside job.
started an inside job. Yeah, they had kind of intentionally made it happen so they could really force the hand for this full-scale invasion, which ends up happening. So they attack the civilians during this funeral procession. It gets bad. There's no real tech to defend themselves at this point because the way things left in season 1. And then the heroic lady, you know,
what's her name?
yeah, the bodyguard lady, she basically steps in and ends up with her super spear, takes out everybody, and now she's in a real position of power in front of the whole population to kind of usurp things and launch that full scale invasion that she wanted to do in the first place, right?
Yeah, because this terrorist attack, if we can say, pretty
was.
much showed how incompetent, or at least shows the holes within their own system, because they got so close. They got close to what's her name? Mel? No, that's not her name. Tox, the love interest for Jace. They got so close to her that she was on the floor, and he had a gun pointed at her head, which ended up being a flare to signal off.
Signal the attack.
Right, to signal the attack.
Exactly.
It just showed how close and how ill prepared they were. And then after that, Jace was fighting for his life because the lady with the drugs that Chris wanted to take so much, she pops up with a chainsaw, a multi-headed chainsaw device, which is wild, and was
I
just
feel like she could have killed that dude like 4 times over before, but she was just toying with him.
Yeah, she was definitely toying with him, and then a whole bunch of more of the Roid Ragers came through in their mech suits. Which is another reason why Chris wants a mech suit.
Okay, wait. Let me pause you guys right now because we're about to get to the end of episode 1. But let me tell you my feelings arc and my view arc with this show. So I never watched season 1.
You did,
right?
No, I didn't.
Put this up so we can kind of see who we're talking about. You send this to.
I had a crazy week this week, and I made some time. Rich and I were playing Call of Duty last night together. I was like, "Yo, Rich, what are we reviewing?" And then he's like, "We're reviewing Arcane." And I knew of the content, and I don't know if you could hear it, but I rolled my eyes really hard, like, "Ugh, all right, fine."
No.
Is that what that sound was?
Yeah, that was that sound. It's not my content, and I texted you guys like halfway through it. So this is my arc. Ugh, I'm gonna watch this because it's for the show. Fine. And Rich gets to pick something. I always rag on Rich's content. Let me just watch it. Then it starts up, and I'm like, "Wow, this is mad emotional. This is great." It's like who made this? A teenage girl, and then all of a sudden, I'm like,
"Wow,
okay." I'm kind of digging the art. Okay. And then this battle happens. I watched the recap. I'm like, okay, this looks kind of hot. Then the battle happens, and I'm fully engulfed in it. I'm like, yo. This thing is dope. It's dope. The fight scenes are dope. Like, the show is cool. This thing is cool. Like, damn, have I been wrong about all of his recommendations in the past?
Yes.
And then I thought about it. You know what I like this? There's no weird sex stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I can rock with it.
What?
Season 1 Arcane was one of the best things that had come out that year, hands down.
How did you not watch it? Oh, you probably was just that because we all watched it. Well, obviously you didn't. But Lawrence watched it.
I probably was.
We talked about it.
We covered it.
Yeah, I didn't talk about it. I wasn't there that week.
He missed that week. Yeah,
I missed that week. But I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna go back And I'm gonna watch season 1 because I'm digging the content. It's cool, man. It's cool. I like it.
Season 1 is great. Season 1 is great.
Trying to
Yeah, and I'll
pull
tell you what's interesting about season 2. Um, I think we talked about this last week. The showrunners, the reason why this is the last season isn't because the show wasn't successful. It was. It was met with humongous success, season 1. They said the reason why season 2 is going to be the last season is because they set out to tell a very specific story, and they've accomplished it. And they said no point in milking the thing.
So
And so
we
that
might
leads
get
me to
League of
believe,
Legends, like a League of Legends, like another League of Legends storyline after this. You think?
nice. It's possible they might do something else. Yeah. It's very possible they might tell it something else, or they might just let it be. But League of Legends has enough content around the thing to build another thing off of it.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't play. Does anyone in the chat play League of Legends? Ernest, Pop, C23, Big Troy.
Yeah, I never touched League of Legends. I played some other games similar to it that my brother was always raving about, and I played it for a little bit, and I was like, it's all right.
Well, it's kind of got your traditional archetypes. You know, you got your tank, you got your mage, you got your assassins, rogue characters. You know, so it's got a lot of the same kind of archetypical characters you see in a lot of content, but the story that they're telling in this is really good.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch it. Even if we don't review, I'm still gonna watch it. I say that, but I intend to do it.
Well, I think we're planning on covering this each week till it plays out. So for the next couple of weeks, we'll be talking League of Legends. We'll probably also talk about I think we're talking about Red One next week. In addition, maybe.
Oh, the Santa movie.
Yeah,
Come
The
on,
Rock,
man!
you
The
know?
Rock Santa movie.
Look,
You got a reason to take your kids to the movies. Let's go.
well,
Like, I
I'll
don't
go
know.
see it. It's a family movie. I got no qualms about seeing that. I'm down with that.
ETC has not played League of Legends, so let's jump into it. So we put the characters down here on the bottom. If you can see that, if your screen is big, you probably make them out. So the redhead, the second lady on the top
Vi.
row, she's your lead, and the second lady to last on the bottom row, and with the blue hair, is her sister. This is Jinx, and they end up being the two kind of protagonists, antagonists of the story, going after each other.
Right. And
Right.
from season 1, they were separated at birth or something to that nature. And then this man right here, Sicko, he raised Jinx and pretty much kind of molded her into the crazy chick that she is today.
Well, Vi kind of held her sister responsible for the death of their father figure, and
I
so she.
created Jinx, is the way I interpreted. Like she created Jinx because she was calling her something else before she called her Jinx. Like,
Well,
and she's
Jinx is not her name. Jinx,
Right.
Jinx is.
They were called like
Yeah.
Puffer or Pig. It's a P, something like that, right? Poofy or something like that.
Poof.
Definitely
Yeah,
not
sure.
Jinx. So she left when they were kids. She kind of found her responsible for the death of their father figure, and she left her on the alley where that dude, the last guy on the bottom row, finds her and kind of takes her in. But what's sad about it is quickly following after her, leaving her in the alley, she went back to go collect her, and she was just gone. So they grew up estranged, thinking the other person had left or perished, or who knows what happened with them. Right.
Right.
And one turns to a life of crime, and the other turns to a life of crime. They both kind of turn to lives of crime, but one's more survival and the other's more anarchistic.
All right, let me ask you guys a question. So I know we have the traditional, like, it's very much like Elysium, right? Where you have the people who are up top who are like the highborn, and you have the people who are poor and struggling, right?
Definitely got class systems going on for sure.
Right.
Right.
So, but neither side is really good or bad. I know we see a lot of the underground and bad guys on the Jinx side, but both sides are guilty. They're both guilty, right? They're both neither side is innocent.
Yeah, I mean they're
Well,
guilty in their own way.
there's almost there's three sides to it. There's the upper class, the wealthy. It's kind of like the haves and the have-nots, right? You have the
Right.
wealthy who have, then you have these people that are literally living in the sewer systems underground. They're the have-nots, and then you have criminals, right? And the criminals are just criminals. Like there's a whole other side of the things, and the people living underground are really just trying to survive, right? They'd be happy living above ground if they could, but there's no spot for them there, so they're living where they can, living the
Right.
best they can.
What you see
Whereas
with Killmonger hair dude, you see them in their own little place. They're kind of just getting by in with the tree in the underground.
exactly, so he's talking about the fourth guy on the top row with kind of the white hair.
Yes,
He's
Eco,
he's
Eco, yeah, Echo,
yeah, he's
Echo.
living
Well,
right.
Killmonger hair dude actually says when they were talking. I'm gonna jump ahead, but when they were talking about like that smog, they're like, yeah, but if you guys were to do this, you would release the smog into our homes and you would have killed us all. So it's like they have no regard for the people that are below them.
Well, they do, because you'll notice that when the one lady, third lady on the bottom row, when her mother passes, who's like the head council member, she gets a key, and this key unlocks information, like Area 51 information kind of stuff, right? And one of the things that she becomes privy to is the fact that there's this whole filtration system, air filtration system, that's actually protecting the underworld from being completely overrun by smog. And so the haves, the upper people, the people in power, it's not like they're bad. They're just, they're maybe they don't. You can turn a blind eye when you have so much power, clout, and you have your first world problems, and that's what they're dealing with, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
But it can start feeling intentional over time, and I think that's where a lot of this conflict kicks in, is the overtime, right?
Yeah. So now we just because that was episode 1, and we'll go straight to episode 2. Now we're seeing the power vacuum that happened because through season 1, with just gentleman Silco, right? I think I'm saying his name
Yeah.
right. When he's gone, now there's a power vacuum between the other crime houses, I guess we'll say, and they're trying to figure out who's going to be on top, who's going to be the top cheese. So they're kind of fighting against each other. And with that, you got one person, Sivko, who was like the right hand to Silco.
Oh.
Civica, excuse me. She has a prosthetic arm, and she was kind of the badass.
She's gangster. I like her.
Yeah, she was gangster. Yeah. She's opposed to pretty much all the lords, what all the criminal houses are trying to do. She's trying to kind of just survive, I guess. So she comes in contact with Jinx, or Jinx makes it back into the old lair or whatever, and they have a tumultuous relationship, to say the least. And they kind of come to an understanding, like, listen, I did what I had to do because this is what it was given to me, and so on and so forth. So Jinx and Sevico kind of, buried a hatchet, to say the least.
Well, they bond over the loss of their leader, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and Jinx is kind of just wandering around here. She has really no aim, but people are still after her because she killed the big boss. Or, no, that dude's not dead. Anyway, don't want to jump at. So she kills the big boss. Leslie, big boss is gone, and they blame her. So it's kind of like a bounty on her head, right? And actually, there's now a bigger bounty on her head because of the explosion at the council.
Yeah.
So now everyone's coming after her, right? She ends up making a little orphan kid who she saved from getting beat up.
She was blistered in the alley, and the little girl being chased, and she just popped the two guys chasing her. Like
real
zero regard,
real ruthless. So Jinx she has no regard for anyone that's in her way. She's just like, if you're in my way, I'm gonna get you out of my way. So I'm
getting a little tired of people not taking the shot.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Just a little, because it was a thing in season 1, and you really understand it in season 1, and I'm empathetic of it in season 2. I'm like, that's your family, but then she crossed the threshold of that.
Right.
Like there was too much death, too much destruction, too much bloodshed. Where she was
She tried
finally
to
like,
kill terrorists. I mean, she attacked. She was essential in the attack of the memorial service. That's
Right.
next cold blooded.
right. And so what's nuts about it is jumping ahead a little bit, where Vi tells, uh, Kate, Cat,
Cassier.
Caitlin.
yeah, Caitlin.
Caitlin, excuse me.
No matter what, take the shot. You
Right.
had the shot last time. You didn't take it. You didn't take it because of your love for me. This time, take the shot. And then Kate has the shot, and she's trying to take the shot, and then Vive is not letting her
Well,
take the shot.
she says no, not to kill.
Yeah,
Jake.
yeah. She was never. Her shot was too. She was never gonna hit that kid. We never seen her miss a shot. This girl don't miss shots.
She don't miss.
She don't miss. So I don't know what you're talking about. The kid was close. You know, to me that feels like I call BS on that.
Hey, can I pause you real quick, Jack? Because we got a lot of bear talk in this
talk?
chat.
Well, they got a lot of Alaskas in the feed. What do you
Yeah.
think Alaskans talk about? They talk about bears.
So we said living.
They talk about bears and they talk about moose. You're
Yeah.
not talking about bears and moose. You're not in Alaska.
So ETC says we're talking about Cyborg. We already have a Cyborg. It was Dick Clark. And you
Right.
know what? You're absolutely right, ETC. Here's a picture of it right here.
Okay.
I'm sure that's what you're referencing. And then C23 says, unless you're an Alaskan bear, then it's live and eat all the good people, right?
Right.
And etc. says, I live in Alaska. We just call them black bears, grizzly bears, and polar bears. Damn, we got a lot of bears out there.
Holy.
Yeah. Pop Johnson said, what's up to Big Troy? And then etc. says, no, he hasn't played League of Legends. And then he does play Warhammer 40K, Rich. But
Rich
you
knows.
Okay.
And then we go as a backwoods C23 is Alaskan too. As a backwoods Alaskan kid, I was taught hope that the bear is not too hungry.
Mm.
He says, what do you think of all the ads with Anthony Starr?
I hate it. I hate them. I
And
hate them
that
all.
game is trash, and you can't get. They always say, "Hey, what's great about the game that they actually show it?" No, they don't. It takes
They
forever
don't.
to get to that. It's
Yeah.
trash. Last war is never the last war. And then C23 says, rule number one: if a bear, etc. says, if a bear is chasing you and your friend, trip your friend and give it a chance to get away. Cold-blooded, C20, cold-blooded, etc. Cold-blooded. Oh my goodness, Connie Alaska says. What about the bells given to tourists?
Bells.
And good point. That's a dinner bell. Nice.
Wow.
Wow. In the chat.
Okay.
Sorry, charge to derail you. There was just too much going on for us to ignore it.
All right. So in episode 2, Jinx is kind of just linger around. She reconnects with, I'm probably butchering her name, but she links up with cyborg arm girl.
Yeah, I'll find a name for you.
I think it's Savika.
Yeah.
So they kind of come together, and she's also because she has no arm. She's trying to repair her old arm because it was damaged from season 1. So she's trying to repair it, and then Jinx kind of gives like a little thing, and they're like, we'll fix it, but not really saying all those words. But anyway, so we cut to the next scene. Jinx is leaving out. She gets She gets ambushed by a bunch of thugs that were collecting the reward on her, and the little girl helps out. The little girl she helped out from before because she gets all of her weapons taken away from her. A grenade that they just threw off to the corner. Like, why would you do that? I would just put the grenade in my pocket. Like, I'm gonna use that for later.
Right.
So they're about to take her in. Here comes Savika. She has her brand new arm. She's helping out now. Brand new arm that Jinx made, and as you can see from all of her weapons.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, talk about hard to.
It's almost like it has a life of its own, like it's
Let
alive.
me ask you this. So she's pretty much playing roulette, not roulette.
Yeah, it's Russian roulette.
Slots.
Yeah,
No,
it's a
slots.
slot.
Yeah.
So how is it effective in battle? You're getting your butt whooped like
You have no idea what you're gonna hit.
I don't know.
money, and then you're hoping it gets like.
Well, what's weird about it is it seems like it's definitely a Jinx weapon, but it's
Right.
not a her weapon. You know,
I mean, it just shows you the chaoticness of Jinx. Like she just imbues it in her weapons.
exactly. But if I'm the person getting it, that's not my fighting style. So now I'm like, what did you do to this thing? Simplify it.
Yeah, and it's loud because it has now a loud
Like,
motor
it's
and
got
speakers
music,
on it.
speakers
It
have-
shoots off fireworks and whatnot. I'm like, what is this thing? But she ends up putting it to work. I mean, she had one little hiccup where it didn't do what she thought it was going to do, but for the most part, she wrecked shop. Also, the little orphan girl, she helped out as well. She threw a grenade, which ended up being a paint grenade, and ended up getting Jinx out of her predicament. And they ended up getting another person to their posse.
Right.
Yeah. So now we go back up to above ground, and we got Vi, Caitlin, and I don't know the rest of their names. Vander.
Throw the picture back up, and then the other thing that happened was the prince guy ends up deciding to make the weapons for everybody.
Right.
So he definitely kind of hunkers down and he gives everybody. He kind of breaks the rule while his friend is in a cocoon. Still, he decides
it's
to.
like what was that movie we watched? Like a store brand Star Wars.
Oh, Red Moon.
Yes, it was like Rebel Moon 2. Like when the bad guy was in the thing and then he broke out. It was just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't say it's like that. Let's put a little more respect on it. The thing was putting them back together. That Rebel Moon didn't make any sense.
Kind of like the store brand Star Wars.
yeah, he was in like a cryo chamber getting fixed. But while his friend was in the cryo chamber thing, getting infused with the magic substance, the runes, he starts making weapons for everybody. So he makes the gun weapon for the girl. He makes the gauntlet weapons even better. And this is a big thing for Vi. She ends up joining the essentially the police force, which is something that's massive for her because they were responsible for the death of her father.
I thought she threw away I thought she was a fight along with them, but she was kind of like Batman and Justice League. Yeah, I'll be around, I'll help you, but I'm not really part of you.
But she eventually puts on the blue, right? And that's huge for her and her sister because they both watched those corrupt police figures mow down her father.
Right. Yeah. Which was presented to her, which we skipped over. That was presented to her at the episode 1, where Caitlin offered her the badge, like, "Hey, what you should join us," and she was like, "Nah," and she kind of went on a bender, and her and Vander kind of went on a bender. Well, actually, she went on a bender on her own, and Vander just happened to be there, coincidentally. And then, the police came to go mess with her, but not really mess with her because she's in good graces with Caitlin.
Right. Yeah. Well, and they were telling her, thank you for your involvement. And we know just how imperative you've been in keeping us all afloat and make things better. And that was kind of the catalyst for her to decide to put her own personal feelings aside for the moment and join the bigger cause, which is we got to stop the senseless destruction that Jinx is causing the everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So now so it started off where Jinx was like, she was what's the word I'm looking for? You could almost like side with her, right? You can see, okay, I get it. I understand why she's doing it. You can have some compassion for her. But now she's crossing the line habitually. She's a habitual line stepper.
Well, she goes from victim to anarchist to terrorist.
Right. So realistically, like, you gotta look at it like Jinx deserves to be killed. Like, she needs to be killed. She needs to be taken out.
Yeah.
She definitely needs to be stopped. That's for sure.
Maybe thrown in jail.
Definitely needs to be stopped.
She's just shooting people left and right in the streets, Rich.
Well, she was shooting criminals. There were people trying to come after her.
Yeah, they were going after kids.
The law. She's just popping people off left and right.
I am the law.
I am the law.
Listen,
He's going after it.
she lives in a lawless town. Like there really isn't a law down there, and it's like going into the middle of in the ghetto. You don't have the police there like that. So sometimes, no, let me not say that. Anyway, in this scenario, the police aren't really down there like that.
It's like the Wild West, right? Where
Yeah, it's like the Wild West. You gotta do what you gotta do. And again, those people, at least those people that she was killing, those people were coming after her. It wasn't like she was just any random person in the way.
yeah, you deserve to die. I hope you
Yeah,
burn.
those people were gunning for her. They were like, "Yeah, you got a bounty in your head. I'm trying to get that." You know.
Yeah.
So then another plot that's playing out is you got Heimendinger, who's the little the first guy in the bottom row there. He's kind of like a weird cat kind of creature, but brilliant. Like he's a brilliant mind, has a real funny kind of brilliant mind guy. So Heimendinger is down in the underground, and he's kind of hooked up with
Echo.
Echo, right? And they discover that this tree, which is kind of sustaining life for all the people underground, it's giving them food, it's giving them shelter, it's
like Avatar.
purifying the air. It's like Ferngully.
I see what you did there.
It's like what?
It is like Fern Gully, the last rainforest.
Right. And so, but the tree is contaminated with something, and so for some weird reason, Heimendinger takes Echo, and they decide to break into, which is essentially his building on the top surface.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and you're like, okay, cool. And he's like, don't you own this place? He's like, yeah, but we got to stay stealth. And then they get caught anyway. But then they get what's his face, Jace. They get Jace involved, and Jace is the other scientist who's sitting there with his friend. At that point, has left, hasn't he?
I believe so.
Victor.
Yeah, I believe Victor. Yeah, I believe Victor got out of the cocoon and he bounced out.
So what's crazy about Victor when he comes out of the cocoon is he's definitely like cybernetic.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah, his whole body. You just see his face, but his whole body is all like glowy and.
Yeah, it's like
he's completely infused with
like metals and gear parts. Because when he was putting the device on him or to him, when it was attracted to him and it fuses with him, like you saw gears and all this other stuff like also flow into him as well. And then
right.
he turned into
and what's crazy about that, if you go back and watch season 1, that ruin was kind of always attracted to Victor.
Yeah.
Right. And yes. Victor was, Victor had a broken body, but a brilliant mind. And so that thing was always drawn to him in a way where it wanted to kind of fuse with him and figure out something. And so now, it was Jace's his only last ditch effort to try to prevent his friend from being killed was, let's see what happens. It seems to be drawn to him in the first place. Let's see what happens. And so it basically turns him into a god. Kind of turns him into a god.
Well, we see it, and we talked about it before, but so he says some cold-blooded stuff to his boy. He's like, we should have parted ways a long time ago. It was only my affection for you that kept me around. And he's like, you should have done it. You should just destroy, was it the Helix, whatever it's called?
Yeah.
You destroyed the Helix, but you didn't. And he wasn't happy that he was brought back. He's like, you should just let me die and destroy that thing.
Well, he always had reservations with what Jace was doing with it. Like he didn't want it to be infused with weapons. He didn't want it to be run by the government. He wanted it to be something that sustained a life for people and made the place better. And so him and Jace kind of started diverging on that at some point.
But Jace, we came back and told him, like, no, I'm doing the research. I'm doing things to make it better for mankind. The guy said, I don't care, you're my brother. What? This ungrateful bastard. The guy brought him back to life.
Hey.
Like, yo, I'm out of here. Peace. Like, thanks for bringing me back. I'll see you when I see you. I'm out. I'm going on my pilgrimage now.
Yeah, right. But I mean, he did also make weapons out of it. Like while we're saying all that, he also did make weapons for the. He was
kind of pushed between a rock and a hard place. After saying no, he eventually did, and boy, did he make some weapons out of it.
Yeah, but even though he did, if that's your boy, that's really your boy. You're gonna overlook that stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, but the thing about that is that the people I think we tend to fight the hardest with are the people we're closest to, right? The people we're
Yeah.
most comfortable with are the people we're the most truthful with. And so when you've wronged me, I'm going to let you know and I'm going to create space. And so I think these two are just going to loop back around to being there. That friendship will always be there. That bond will always be there
Better look
eventually.
back around, or else he's just a bad friend.
Well, yes. But the other question is how much of the friend is still in there?
That's a good point. He's like Bird Person from Rick and Morty.
Hey, yo.
Bird
Right?
person?
Yeah,
Oh, when it becomes cybernetic?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. I got you. I see what you put that. All right.
So then Victor ends up walking, he's got his own kind of like C plot going on now. He ends up walking into the most disease ridden part of the underground.
They're lepers. Let's just call them what they are. They're lepers. This is
Yeah.
straight from the Bible. This is Jesus visiting the leper colony. He sees him. The guy tries to rob, pulls a knife on him, tries to rob him. He lays hand instead of the guy is begging. He's the guy who's trying to rob him is not really a bad guy. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm doing this. I'm just doing this to get what we need. And he just stands there, doesn't move, and lays hands upon him, and then and then all of a sudden you see the guy lift up. You think for a second that he's gonna explode, but then all of a sudden all the lights and stuff happen like
I think they're affected by whatever cured him. If that makes sense, because when he's going on his path, he's looking down. He's seeing like footsteps.
He's
that
seeing
no
his
one else
own
can see.
footsteps, though.
They're his own footsteps because he walked down a path and he followed the path that I thought someone else made.
He's seeing his own future footsteps. He's following himself.
Okay,
that's why even you see his foot literally goes into his own footprint in one of the shots.
Time is it's like in Watchmen, in the Watchmen series, when Dr. Manhattan talks about time, like
it's kind of like that.
Everything's happening all at once. Like it's happening now, it's happening in the past, it's happening.
But the things that's crazy. So when he lays hands on the guy, the guy is instantly cured of the disease.
Right.
He almost kind of like the fountain of youth. He's younger, and he no longer needs glasses, and his broken body is no longer broken. So it's like he does like it's big. Also, we follow that character. That particular character is a normal dude on the surface level in season 1 that somehow makes his way to the underground in season 1 and gets afflicted with this disease, or he has the disease and it's the reason he goes to the underground. But we see him kind of escalate into what he is now, you know?
Yeah. So pretty much, he turns into Jesus. Victor turns to Jesus. We also have the I don't want to call them the A team, the mob squad. What are we going to call these people? Vi and her.
The crime boss. The crime bosses.
No, not the crime bosses. Vi and Caitlin's squad. Because they're all armored up and they're going into the underground and they're wrecking shop. They're
in like Buster suits. They're ready to go.
They're pouring in gases. They're going in striker style. Like, we're gassing the place. We're hitting them hard. We're hitting them fast, and we're not giving them no time to recuperate. And we see this, and we see their, I guess, destruction, because also that gas is kind of leaking around in places where it shouldn't be, which is why the tree for Echo's tree, which was infected, which is one of the reasons why they went back to the Hex-Core lab to kind of look at this leaf to see what was infecting it and everything like that. And we come to the realization that that's where Chris was talking about, all the piping and everything like that. Like, you're building all this stuff around us, and this stuff can easily affect us. Like, or am I jumping ahead? No, I'm jumping ahead.
No, you're right. You're right. We're at the main battle. Because we passed the battle with the girl with the jackpot arm. We're at the point where Vi finds Jinx, and the point where Jack talks about how Jack hates that they're not taking a shot against Jinx, and it was kind of a cop out that she's like, no, don't shoot the kid, but then she fires and Jinx finally gets, because Jinx is like, look, you're gonna kill me. That's it. You want to do what you want to do whatever you want. I can't. People have been trying to kill me. I'm not dying. If you're gonna be the one to kill me, I'm glad it's you.
Yeah, and we've seen that attitude in season 1. I mean, Jinx is devil may care, man.
Yep. So the chick fires, hit Jinx, blows up her ring finger. Why is it glowing blue when her finger?
Um, I think it's got to do with what is infused
The
in that gun.
the hex core.
It's
Okay.
also animation style, it's like they're accenting the mark. Jinx is not infused with anything, so
Yeah.
That's what I'm
But
confused.
while that's happening, Echo, Jace, and Humpenberger, what you call him, Heimenberger,
yeah,
they're kind of going through their whole little, like, everything's happening at once. So they're kind of figuring out
Heimendinger.
Heimendinger. They're kind of figuring out what's going on with the leaves and the pollution
Right.
happening and whatnot. So they're trying to put this, that, and the third together, and then Jason's like, "Oh, well, we also have the, what would they call it? The core, the wild rune." Because they're
Yeah,
going through runes, they're talking about runes and whatnot. So, like, we have a wild rune, and they go down deep underground, which Echo is just like, this seems like you might be close to us, right? And it's like, you have this thing all down by us, and we didn't know about it. Like, what if this affects us?
Right.
yeah, right. So actually, I could use some clarification with what I think happened at the end of the 3rd episode. So they go down to where they think the chamber is, but then it's all like it's all a mirage of the
No.
reality.
It's the magic of the room that's making
It's
it.
actually changing around them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's making them see, and then what happens is it's affected by what's going on, and then once Jinx I think Jinx has a trap plan because Vi said that no matter what we're gonna go, Jinx is gonna have a trap plan. So once Jinx gets her finger blown off, it sets off the trap and lets all the smog funnel from that thing up until the highborns. And then once that happens, it messes up the root, and then they all come back to like reality.
But the smoke that all went up wasn't just the infected smoke. It was like smoke bombs. It
Yeah,
was
that's
colored
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
So what was it then?
I
Because
think
after that, the black lady was like, "We need to have a leader lead, and who's the better leader than Katniss Everdeen? What's her face?"
Yeah,
Caitlin,
essentially.
yeah.
Right.
And
Which
then
upset her own teammates.
yeah, but when the black lady's talking to people, there's a kid with like a mask on that I guess because of what happened, he had to wear a mask.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what that gas was. So I don't know.
I mean, maybe it was the gas, and they could have colored up, because this is Jinx we're talking about. She's very flamboyant and over the top with everything that she does. So she could have
Well, it
colored
makes
them.
sense. It makes sense that it'd be that poisonous gas that is
Or
been
something.
affecting every one of the
Like,
others.
yeah. Chicken's coming home to roost, baby. You've been putting that gas out everywhere else. Take a taste of your own medicine.
But yeah, she definitely had the shot. Caitlin definitely had the shot, and then Vi stopped her.
Yep.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's part of the show. You're
It's going
always
to
going to
believe
get
that
that.
these two are going to come together. So what I think is going to happen is that these two are going to come back together, and there's going to be a bigger bad or some kind of unification on the other side that is like that is so bad that it's going to unify a bunch of the other side people, and then it's going to be one big battle.
Well, what's hard is we definitely saw Jinx and her sister coming together is not happening in this season. We saw that the potential for that pretty much almost played out in season 1 and then went insane on Jinx's part. And so that can't be reality in this. That would just feel like a hat in a hat, and like how
you
you
think
pull
one
that
of them are
off.
actually going to die?
It has to, or both of them. It's either Jinx goes or both of them goes. Yeah, by the end of it. And they transferred the real antagonist from someone to Jinx and the guard figure lady. Like, she's the real puppeteer pulling strings right now. Like,
Yeah.
the political figure.
I could
Yeah.
see Jinx dying, and that little girl that's like her protege, kind of taking up the mantle, kind of like The Wire when Omar was killed, and then
Hey man, spoiler.
Oh, I forgot there was a C plot going on with Mbessa with the
witch,
the Black
Witches.
Rose witches or
Right.
whatever they were. She ended up killing one of their spokesperson people, whatever, and because they want the daughter, but they end
Right.
up getting the daughter and taking it, or was that the preview? Anyway, they end up taking the daughter. They end up coming for the daughter and taking her. So now we got to see where that plays out. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot happening.
It's good though. It's good.
So coming back next week.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I hope so because we're talking about it next week.
So then I have no
Yes.
choice. Yeah.
Something else is dropping this week too. What else? There's another big series. I think it drops on the 15th, 16th.
The 15th?
I think it's HBO has something dropping.
Really?
Oh, is that Creature Squad? No, whatever that was. Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's the Dune prequel.
That's what it is.
You guys want to watch that?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it regardless because I'm kind of into it. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. No, I'd rather talk about this again. Probably.
I haven't seen Dune.
Listen, if it's as boring as that first Dune movie, then no, I'm definitely gonna be like, forget about it. But I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a quick try. Huh?
What about the second Dune movie?
The second Dune movie was better than the first one.
That made less sense.
It made less sense, but there was more action, I guess.
That's
so
true.
you didn't know that it didn't make sense.
It's a cardinal sin, Jack. You can do a lot of stuff, but if you're boring, you can't overlook it. You can't overlook anything if you're boring.
I just have so many questions about the logistics of the worms.
Don't try to.
Tough for me. It's tough for me. Not gonna lie. All right, so anyone coming back next week, check out the Arcane series that's on Netflix. You want to join in the chat a little more because I think that's what we'll be talking about. I will probably talk about other stuff too, and we might do double features. But I think we are going to try to cover Arcane while it's happening. Right?
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down to check it out again. I'm gonna revisit it.
It gives us something. We know what we're doing.
We know what
Exactly
we're
what
doing. You know, it's funny because usually around this, it's around the same time every year. Towards the end of the year, we really start to struggle for content because we get everything drops, all the big stuff drops around the summertime, and you get some stuff in the fall, like new season in the fall. But then usually late November, early December, we're kind of struggling for content. We're struggling with what to watch, but let's watch this.
Depends on what you're talking about because anime is always something to watch.
Ooh.
Get into the world, baby.
Nah, good.
Yeah, I know. You heathen. Anyway, so
We got
any recommendations, Chris?
Yeah. So we know this is based on a video game, right?
Yes.
Do you know what the first show that was made that was based on a video game was? Do you remember what it was?
Mario.
Nope. Before Mario.
What was that?
1982 to 1983. After Pong. It's a huge property.
1983.
That's a terrible.
Pac-Man? Yeah, that was horrible. But I got it.
The first
Not
part-
live action.
What live action Pac-Man are you talking about? I'm talking about cartoon. I'm talking about what cartoon TV show.
There was a Pac-Man
There was a-
cartoon?
Yeah, 1982 to 1983 by Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm
What
gonna
do you
go.
do? Run around eating ghosts?
Who the hell knows? I don't remember. So there was that. These were all a lot of Saturday morning cartoons. So Saturday Supercade, 1983-1984, featured Donkey Kong Jr., Pitfall, Frogger, Hubert, Space Ace, Kangaroo, and that was a Ruby Spears production. Dragon's Lair we got in 1984. We also got a pole position show by
Dragon's Lair.
Do you remember that?
Dragon's Lair,
Oh,
yeah.
remember that game? How many times I died in that game just to go back
Yeah.
over and over?
So we didn't get Super Mario until 1989. That's when we had the live action opening by Captain Lou, right? I think it's Captain Lou Albano.
Yeah,
And then- Yeah, that didn't happen until 1989. And in 1989, we also got by Deke also was the Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Yes. All right.
Right.
89 to 91, we got Captain N, the Game Master, that featured Kid Icarus, Mega Man, and Castlevania.
Okay. Yeah.
We got a Super Mario Brothers 3 base cartoon. And then it goes to the last Mario Brothers. We got Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm talking about the original Sonic the Hedgehog voiced by Steve Urkel, Jaleel White.
That series was good. He was eating chili dogs the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys remember Double Dragon?
I do. Yes.
No.
No, you
What?
remember Double Dragon? Yeah, it was in syndication. Almost ready to stay here. And then we got Mega Man, Earthworm Jim, and a couple other crappy ones. And then we get into the 2000s. But like as far as like our childhood stuff, because we're men of a certain age, that's kind of our childhood comic book. I'm sorry, video game based cartoons.
All right.
When is Secret Level coming out? December 10th.
We got time.
December 10th. That's something I'm looking forward to talking about. Is Bash over there waiting in the wings?
Bash is here. Bash is waiting in the wings. Bash, what do you got for us?
I got some G.I. Joes.
Joe's got to get
Got
tough.
some
Literally
G.I.
hide
Joe.
behind the thing over there.
See, let's get close to the screen here.
Oh, that's pretty dope. That's a new one we got?
Yep.
So we just copied these new ones. So these are from the Valor versus Venom line that came out in what year?
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay.
What year? I think Valor versus Venom was early 2000s.
The last one's gonna be the best that I didn't heck know we had.
Which one?
Okay.
That guy was brand new.
No,
Did you save the little card, the little booklet inside?
there's no.
No booklet? They give us a booklet? I love the booklet.
And give you a booklet. Okay. This guy got swords on his hands and while holding guns.
That's from I forgot the dude's name. He's a Cobra guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Captain Headbutter.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Captain Head Butter.
Very good. What else we got?
Cobra Ninja.
Yep, from the Ninja Force. That's actual Ninja. So that's original G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. That's like circa 1991.
All right.
Then we got more into.
So that's the Storm Shadow from the movie.
Ah, yeah.
That not the Snake Eyes movie, because the Snake Eyes movie toys were classified scale, which was a big 6-inch. This is from the first G.I. Joe movie.
Okay.
You can show wetsuit.
Oh wait, that must be wrong.
Yeah, that guy was being tortured. That's a Cobra guy. That's like a Neo Viper.
All right.
Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened to him. Sorry about that. There we go.
He has a mask and a thing. He's like an aquatic guy. That's cool.
You can't torture Joe. What can you
Oh,
torture?
show Zane Tomax. Remember the twins,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Zomat and Tomax, and then
Who's that guy? Yeah. Oh, why was he wearing his vest?
that's another.
Those twins creep me out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. We never played with this one. This was the one we got at the. He's a Cobra Commander.
Yeah,
This is from the Valor vs. Venom series. So this is not. So he's not the original O-ring type figure. He was from later 2000 when they changed the GI Joe structure.
Okay.
yeah, I found it. I was
But
like,
here's an original wetsuit,
All right.
Nice.
and we do have one that we bought in a lot that he didn't bring. Oh, this is from those team up. I think that's another Storm Shadow. But we do have Major Blood,
Major Blood.
which is the guy he fixed our Major Blood. So he's actually from like 1984, and he's worth actually like I think he's worth like $60 or $70. We have who's the guy with the cape? Dr. Mindbender with the actual cape.
Yeah.
He's worth a couple bucks. And then yeah,
My brother has all the original figures.
you know, we've been really getting into so when it comes to GI Joes, the Real American Hero line, the traditional what you think of the O-ring line, are ones that are worth the most. The later 2000 ones, they have better playability, but
what you got?
better detail, but they're not as built as well. What you
Bring
got?
that up there. What you got over there?
I was just looking at my $74 card.
Oh, all right.
That's a full art illustrated card of a Pidgey.
A full art.
Ultra rare, right?
Yeah.
You put it in the card case by yourself?
Yeah.
You have a screwdriver?
That.
Yeah.
He knows how to use a screwdriver.
You have the multi-tool?
Smart.
It's the multi-tool.
Mommy let you have the multi-tool?
Yes.
Listen, kid ain't dumb. He knows what he's doing.
I just don't worry. You don't have to worry about my.
Something about a 6-year-old playing with a knife is not really.
I'm not putting with a knife.
Wait, you said a
Screw-
multi? Oh, wait, you said a
screwdriver.
multi? Oh, wait.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
a multi-tool.
Don't worry about my $340 Pokemon card.
Yeah, that's the one that's
Yeah.
worth a buck.
Wow.
Don't worry about the $340.
That's the Bubble Mew too. That's the reason why. That's when we called you out, Jack. That's one that's going out to get graded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which set is that out off of?
So Obsidian or
No, it's not Obsidian.
Scarlet?
No. Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield.
Okay.
Yeah. So
No idea what
ETC
that
is going to close us off with a joke here. Ending show joke. So police detained a man covered in a suit made of mirrors. And in the conflict, the man said he would sit down and reflect.
I see what you did there.
Okay. That's that one. And with that being said, listen, like, comment, subscribe.
We're out.
We had it.
Subscribe.
There it is. And we'll catch you in the next one. Same bat time.
Same back channel.
There it is. All the barking in the background.